Our next young hero made it his mission to give back to the community. He started several initiatives to help the homeless and clean litter in his hometown of Lafayette. As LPB's very last episode of the 2024 Louisiana Young Heroes series, I am proud to introduce you to Tré Bishop. It's rare that someone finds their passion early in life, but Trey Bishop found his when he was young, and it came from his father's phrase.
Go out every day and change the world, no matter which way it is, just in some way, shape, or form. Do something.
And what does that quote mean to you?
It means, like, when I get in bed at night, I wonder if I changed the world in some way for the better today. It doesn't have to be big. It's just something tiny that bettered the world.
That phrase, though simple and to the point, had a profound impact on Trey's perspective. He'd ponder those words at night. Go out and change the world, wondering how he could live up to that standard.
I brought him to St. Joseph Steiner, where there were homeless there, and he was able to donate. It takes one thing to open a door for a child, for them to say, oh, I want to do more.
I really didn't understand homelessness, and we went do it, and I was okay with it, I guess. She told me to do it, so I did it. And then I went out there and I saw how these people lived and how they don't have anywhere to go.
The homeless shelter she picked was packed to the brim with a group of people in need of bare necessities, like toothpaste, food, and socks. Trey's mind raced as he processed what was in front of him, almost sending him into a panic. But then a familiar voice echoed an even more familiar phrase: go out every day and change the world. His action was immediate. Under the guidance of his mother and the influence of his father, Trey purchased a $5 bag of socks, and he delivered it to a person staying at the shelter.
Because then after that one time, he wanted socks, he wanted blankets, he wanted food for the homeless. He worries when it gets cold outside, you know, when we have freezing temperatures, are they warm enough? For Christmas, he had his list for Santa, and it was, take care of my little brother, yes, but can you bring some warm blankets for the homeless out there?
The advocacy bug had bitten him.
Hi there, I'm Trey. I'm trying to raise money for Catholic Services of Acadiana.
From then on, Trey was a local superhero, delivering more socks to the homeless shelter and becoming a reliable resource for community members after natural disasters. During Hurricane Ida, he filled sandbags and delivered meals. When the winter storm hit, Trey was right there delivering blankets and gathering supplies.
You really gotta make sacrifices and leave stuff behind. And I truly feel bad for those people who have worked all their lives to get what they have, and then a natural disaster is just gonna come through and wipe it all out.
But don't mistake Trey's advocacy for easy work. While he may organize and research each of his projects, it isn't without some difficulty. Trey has 3 learning disabilities that make everyday tasks more difficult. As a child, he was diagnosed with dyslexia, which was compounded by another disability called dysgraphia. It limits his ability to transfer thoughts into written words. Think of it like dyslexia, but for writing.
It takes me a lot longer to write what I'm thinking, and letters get mixed up, like which way does the S go, or T or J below the line, just common like writing things that I truly struggle with and have to go back and rework it and make sure that I have it correct.
We had teachers that I said, you know, he just seems distracted sometimes. So we were told probably in middle school, the next time you get him tested for dyslexia, why don't you look at ADHD?
Do you think that your friends and your teachers really understand what it's like to have these conditions?
People say I have it easy because even though I made an A on the test, I don't get graded for that grammar that they did, and that's why they got their points off.
These setbacks are just that, setbacks. He uses them as a motivator to work harder, to really make his efforts count. So far, he's more than accomplished that.
My idea is that I'm gonna go take all these political signs that are out on the roads, in cars, maybe in your windowsill even, and I'm gonna try and recycle them for Louisiana.
The son of a former state representative, Trey is no stranger to the campaign trail or the garbage it leaves behind.
In Lafayette, you look at every single street corner and it's just filled to the brim with signs. There's no grass, there's nothing there anymore. It's just political signs. And I thought, where do these signs go?
His research revealed that campaign signs are terrible for the environment. These signs are made from corrugated cardboard coated in plastic. These materials can take decades to decompose in a landfill. And last but certainly not least, Trey fundraised $49,000 for St. Bernadette Clinic and the Lourdes Foundation in 2023. The proceeds were used to help supply clinical resources.
My husband loves Louisiana. You know, that's why he ran for politics, why he served in office. And to see your child loving its community, loving its state, and wanting to make a difference in the state, I mean, how could you not be proud of that?
At just 16 years old and accomplishing more than most people in this state, Trey is just getting started.
I want to go to school and study environmental sciences and then go into law and hopefully return home to Louisiana and fight for what's right about the environment in court, and then possibly later on in life becoming a politician and helping the state even more in that way.
Possibly.
Possibly.
How big is that possibility?
It's large.
It's a strong possibility.
It's a strong possibility.
But more than anything, Trey wants to inspire others with the same wonderful advice he was given. Go out every day and change the world. I've had the pleasure of getting to know those young heroes in a very short time. Each has their own story of perseverance, bravery, and service, and it's inspiring to all of us here at LPB. Thank you for sharing your experiences, and good luck to all of you. LPB's Louisiana Young Heroes program presented this year with the generous support of the East Baton Rouge Parish Library, the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, with additional support from Community Coffee, the U.S. Army Baton Rouge Recruiting Battalion, Demco, McDonald's, and Origin Hotel, Baton Rouge.